On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He'll return it. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs return team didn't help matters out much there. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all.
And the ball's on the ground. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls in.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking for a big gain. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Bulldogs want to move quickly.
Well, this guy's going to make catches all over the field. That time, he lined up all the way to the left side, and he was able to cross the entire field to make a catch on the right side. Defense
fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
You just got to be so careful now with footing. Quarterbacks, the ball's going to be slippery. Receivers may be slipping in and out of breaks. They just weren't on the same page on that last throw. First drive of the game, in the rain, they throw it there.
First down here for the offense. From the gun, the ground game. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week. Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short. I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
4th and inches. If I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games. So I'm going for it on 4th and inches every single time.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. LSU now operating in the red zone. Right back to him on the ground. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
We knew this offense wanted to come into this one establishing the run, guys. They didn't even attempt to throw on their first drive. They were more physical. They were pushing guys around up front. This guy caps it off with a nice touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Hey, nice job by the offense there, attacking the middle of the field. Excellent route, finding the soft spot in the defense. Nice job by the quarterback putting it right on his guy.
Off the play fake on first down. He's taking the shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Looking for a man, it's Silva. Safe completion on the screen. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Back to the air one more time. He's got it. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. You can hear yourself think on third and goal. Powers forward. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Wants to throw on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Good timing on the quick out. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. And he picks up the first down, and he does it. I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. And the Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Quick pass on the fly motion. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Syracuse is going to enjoy the trip back to Central New York after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there inside the dome, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't, and they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually see big plays on. The receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. I mean, you've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Hines is back in the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to go up top on first down. Quick strike complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you this is going to be more of the same, Farmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, the inside give. Keeps the legs moving.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Tackled, but he has a 1st down.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Trying to make magic with his feet. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got the back over the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Mississippi State. Fresh set of downs. Going with the ground game left. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Silva. Trying to get to it. Dances away. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Pocket starts to collapse. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he missed it. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
That's now the 2nd missed field goal for this guy. You have to wonder if the weather is playing a bit of a factor. Not easy to kick in these kind of conditions with all this rain.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Makes the catch. It's Dalton. Getting behind those pads and behind the stiff arm to get it out to the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. They'll try to get it through the air. Quickly complete. Tackle is made after the 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. He's looking to throw it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's caught inside the 25. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They're setting up the screen. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And the returner goes down.
Mississippi State offense will take over.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on first down. The run from the shotgun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Quarterback on the keeper. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to go up top. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun to give, looking for room. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Off play action on first down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Back to throw, it's Silva. He's got his man. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got a man, it's Wells. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They move the tight end all over. They're going to run it. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge game. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
A little release to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Intercepted. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Bulldogs. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it up.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes all three levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, they'll take to the air. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Into the end zone. Fires into traffic. Picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Back to throw, it's Silva. Finds his target down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Leaves it with the running back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Let's see what they dial up on this fourth down. Remember, they're 1 for 2 so far in this one. Try to get it on the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting it up for the first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown LSU! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. Mississippi State right back to the line. Looking downfield, it's Silva. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They'll throw it on first down. He's got it down the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
First and goal, Mississippi State.
They want to throw it. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Smashes through the tackle. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. One-possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high-percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with a W.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. The Tigers get it past the sticks.
How about that? 4th down, I'm going for it because I'm ending this game with my offense on the field, getting the first down, and now Palmer just watching it go tick,